Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today, well, it's pretty straightforward. We want to give you the essential insight into James J. Moss.
Right. Singer, producer, pastor,
Uh,
the man who really reshaped contemporary gospel music.
exactly. We're going to unpack how Moss connected that deep tradition, the Detroit gospel royalty,
The legacy.
with, the really cutting edge sound of hip hop and R&B, mainly through his production team, PA Jam.
And that's the fascinating part, isn't it? The sheer weight of expectation he was under.
Yeah.
He had this incredible musical and, well, spiritual credibility baked in, son of Bill Moss Senior, cousin to the Clark sisters. I mean, that's huge.
Shoes.
So the pressure was on. He had to innovate. He had to bring in that modern vibe. But there was zero room for error on the spiritual authenticity front. That tension, that really drove his whole journey.
Let's dig into that foundation a bit. He basically grew up on the road, right? Touring with his dad's group, Bill Moss and the Celestials.
Yep. And with the Clark sisters, constantly, he was immersed in it.
So that background was everything, but it also meant, like you said, the expectations were sky high. He couldn't just be okay.
No way. He had to be transformative. And that didn't just happen instantly. Before P Jam really blew up, he put in the work.
Right, the apprenticeship phase.
Exactly. 7 years with his brother, they were the Moss Brothers. They even recorded an album, Time to Seek the Lord, way back in '85.
Wow. Okay.
So this period, this wasn't just jamming. It was serious training, touring, learning the technical side, the business side. That's where he got the chops to do what came next.
Now what came next was the game changer. PA Jam, Paul Allen, Jay Moss, Walter Kearney.
The engine.
They didn't just, add a drum machine to a hymn. They fundamentally rebuilt the sound of gospel production.
Absolutely. Their whole methodology was different. It wasn't just hip-hop beats. It was how they did it.
Okay, how?
Think, like, lush synthesized strings, really complex vocal arrangements, but layered over these heavy, powerful 808 bass drums, the kind of low end you'd hear in secular club music.
Which was not standard gospel production back then.
Not at all. And it worked. Commercially, it hit right away.
Hmm.
Karen Clark Sheard's debut in '97, Finally Karen.
Produced by P Jam.
Yep. Went straight to #2 on the Billboard Gospel Albums chart. That proved the sound had legs.
Okay, but here's where it gets complicated, right? The sacred versus secular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pia Jam wasn't just gospel. They were a full production house, as Moss called it. They worked with over 50 gospel artists, sure,
Huge names in gospel.
but they also crossed over, big time, producing for massive mainstream acts like NSYNC.
Right, that track, Do Your Thing on the Celebrity album, that was them.
And R&B legends like Patti LaBelle, Drew Hill.
Yeah, and this definitely caused some friction, some questions within the faith community.
Like, how do you balance that?
Exactly. Is it just business? Or is there a spiritual compromise? Moss always defended it as, Pia Jam being a business providing a service.
But it clearly mattered. Working with NSYNC wasn't just about a paycheck, right? It validated that high-production hip-hop influenced style on a massive stage.
It absolutely did. It showed the mainstream industry that gospel could sound just as polished, just as commercially powerful as pop music.
But it's interesting, you mentioned Moss himself started shifting focus.
Yeah, even back then. He noted around 2006 that he personally hadn't written a secular song in nearly 3 years. So you could already see him prioritizing, maybe foreshadowing that later move towards ministry.
Even with that tension bubbling, his solo career was hitting its peak around then. That 2007 album, V2,
Huge record.
it didn't just top the gospel charts, it cracked the top 20 on the main Billboard R&B chart. It's pretty rare for a gospel album.
It really was. He managed to take that glossy, high-energy Pia Jam sound and apply it perfectly to his own stuff. Commercial and critical success.
But success often comes with a cost, doesn't it?
It seems so. Right after that peak, he went through a really profound personal crisis. 2008, 2009, he described it himself as testing his will to live.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah. And that experience, that brokenness, it directly led to the next album, Just James, in 2009.
And the sound changed.
Dramatically. He said he intentionally scaled back the sonic fire. So fewer of those big, complex, club-ready tracks.
More introspective.
Exactly. More acoustic elements, more focus on the vocals, the lyrics. It was all about personal testimony, repentance. Less about hitting specific commercial beats.
So what does this pivot really mean for understanding his journey? And maybe for you listening?
Well, that personal shift lined up almost exactly with him formalizing his ministry calling. He got ordained in 2008.
Oh, okay.
And then by 2015, he'd fully integrated the two paths, becoming assistant pastor at Life Center Church back in Detroit. Music and ministry side by side.
So the music didn't stop. It just found its place within his calling.
Precisely. And his legacy. It's
Yeah.
undeniable. Those high-quality, slick, hip-hop-infused production values that PA Jam pioneered,
Yeah.
they aren't revolutionary anymore. We're basically the expected standard for contemporary Christian music globally. They set the bar.
So Jay Moss's career, when you look at it, it's this amazing case study, isn't it? Trying to reconcile artistic innovation, mainstream success,
It's success.
with the deep demands of spiritual authority, of a pastoral calling. It's like a roadmap for anyone navigating those kinds of tensions.
That tensions the whole story, really.
Yeah. And maybe that's the thing for you to think about. How he managed that pressure, bridged those worlds. That's why he remains such a significant figure, something powerful to consider until our next deep dive.